And we're closing in on kickoff. Less than 10 minutes. The Bear, what do you have for us?
Biggest public play of the day on the ESPN Chalk Pick Center. Oklahoma, 30-something point favorite. Haven't covered a season opener the last 3 times they were a 30-point favorite. So be careful. Open the show as Alabama was a 12-point favorite, down to 11.5. So a little support for the Badgers.
All right, Bear, we're going to have some of these guys picking against that as you looked at the Saturday selections. Time to bring those to you. Brought to you by Chevrolet, and also pleased to join the fray is Brad Paisley, who has already given one great performance, but now the question is, how good is this performance going to be? You picked last year. You were 6-3 picking.
Yeah,
Chase Hurt probably going to help Kirk with all of his.
Yeah,
I'm going to let you go 1-0 first. Your team, West Virginia, Georgia Southern. You've got,
that's a tough one.
you got 1-0?
West Virginia, yeah. They're going to get that.
Okay, here's what we're going to do first. I want to add a degree of difficulty for some of these first picks. Let's pick it against the spread. So the first one here, not just the winner, Des. You've learned a lot from the Bear. The spread. Penn State, 7-point favorite against Temple. Which way are you going?
Penn State covers. Is that the proper language? Penn State will cover. I think Christian Hackenberg is a quarterback that a lot of analysts have said he's going to be the first one off the board for the NFL draft. He's going to have to prove that today. 12 touchdowns last year, but 15 INTs. I got Penn State covering.
What do you got, Brad?
I have it as a 0-0 tie.
They don't cover.
No one's even going to score. So no, they don't cover. Nobody scores at all.
You're taking the points. Temple would win 7-0.
Last time Penn State lost to Temple was 74 years ago.
Oh, really?
74 years. That's my first year. Penn State by 6. By 6.
I see that. It's 7. I'm going to go with Penn State to win the game, but Temple with 19 returning starters and a former Penn State player as a head coach, I'm going to say Temple keeps it closer than the experts think.
Tennessee is a 20-plus point favorite for the first time since 2012 against Bowling Green. Which way are you going?
I think Tennessee is sneaky good. I got Tennessee. I think they're going to cover today. I got the Volunteers.
I agree. I think their recruiting has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I give it to them.
And the cover?
Tennessee, 33-10.
I picked Tennessee to win the East and get to Atlanta, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bowling Green hangs around and can score some points closer than 21.5. I think Tennessee wins the game, but I don't think they're going to win by 21.5.
I mentioned that last time they were a 20-point favorite in 2012. Didn't cover. It was against Akron. The Bear just told us that Akron and Oklahoma, biggest public play of the day with the Sooners laying them and laughing. 31.5. Are you listening to the Bear, Des?
I got the Zips. The Zips in 31. I'm going with the Zips to, was that covering too or no?
Boy, it's a tough one. No, I think Oklahoma will get it. They're gonna cover that. They're gonna show what they have today.
Okay.
Akron has lost 21 straight road games by an average of 28 points. That's my second yo.
You're killing them with the trends.
Oklahoma by 34.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma, I picked them to win the Big 12. I think they're going to show up motivated, ready to go. We both like Oklahoma win big. Oklahoma for Chase, too.
Yeah. He got the headphones.
Yeah, no, he got some headphones. He wants to use them.
Exactly.
only Desmond taking the 31.5. Now, before we pick some winners, we did just have some news come in. Perhaps you know that Rutgers has been embroiled in controversy. 5 players had been suspended as a result of a fight that happened back in the spring. All 5 players have now been kicked off the team. Kyle Flood had been being investigated about reaching out to a professor over one of those players, Nadir Barnwell. Another defensive back, Dre Boggs, was in that mix. He had been accused of a home invasion. So 5 guys from Rutgers are kicked off the team now and dismissed. All right, let's go back to the picture. You don't have to worry about the number now. The game that will follow us, Stanford and Northwestern.
Yep.
Just give me a winner.
Stanford. I like Stanford to come out of the Pac-12, so I got Stanford.
I'm married to a Wildcat. She also went to Northwestern, so.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Well played.
That was a good one. That was
Not so fast, my friend. Hey, I'm going with Desmond's national champs. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
By 9 points.
Stanford. Who do you got? Stanford? I'm going to go Stanford, too.
A lot of love for Stanford, although keeping it safe at home is grand. All right, BYU and Nebraska, the debut for Mike Riley. Taysom Hill's back. Who wins it?
Despite the suspensions, I like BYU to win a close one over Nebraska.
I say Nebraska. I think.
Lee, who you
That's
got?
a real good pick because, listen, they lost the last home game 30 years ago. Huh.
Yeah.
Nebraska by a touchdown and field goal.
BYU by
BYU, big. I'm going BYU.
10 points.
10 points. I got BYU.
Holy mac, that's a big upset.
That is.
All right, BYU and Nebraska, next game on the board about 4 hours from us down in Houston, Arizona State, and your Aggies.
John Chavis is the difference maker. I got Texas A&M in the shootout.
I say the same thing. I say Texas A&M. I bet on the Farmers.
Good pick, good pick. Special teams win it for Texas A&M by a touchdown and a safety. That's 8 points.
8 points.
I got Arizona State
Arizona-
by 10 points.
Arizona State. He's doing the points then. He's learning.
Here we go.
I got Arizona State. I got Arizona State.
You and the Bear have been a great example of young Chase on this trip, my
We got a guy here.
Texas and Notre Dame.
He's going to be in Las Vegas by the end of the weekend.
What about
taking it
Texas
with me.
and Notre Dame, Dad?
I'm going Fighting Irish at home, and I expect a big punt return by a guy named C.J. Sanders. He's a true freshman.
My tour promoter, who's going to remain nameless right now, will kill me because he's a huge Notre Dame. But I have to go with Texas.
Oh, man.
I still haven't forgiven. I haven't forgiven them for beating West Virginia back in '88. So.
Don't mess with Texas, but Notre Dame at night, 2 touchdowns.
Really?
Yes.
Notre Dame by like 2 touchdowns.
I got Notre Dame, but I think it's going to be close. I think Texas play.
When's your birthday?
August 7th.
My birthday.
Hey, I've got to go miles on and say let's
All
get
right, let's
on the
go.
ball here. Louisville and Auburn.
Louisville. I got Louisville in the close one.
Really?
Louisville in the very close one.
Auburn.
Auburn, close one.
I got Auburn. You got Auburn?
I got Louisville.
Oh, you got Louisville.
Playing to the crowd, Louisville and Auburn later on. Wisconsin beat Auburn in the bowl game, and now Wisconsin has a shot at Alabama coming up tonight on ABC. Do you know the last team to beat Alabama and Auburn in consecutive games? It was LSU in 2011, and those Tigers ended up playing for the national championship. Now, Alabama has played exactly 3 games in the regular season in the last 7 years in which they've been eliminated from the national championship race. None since 2010. The Tide and the Badgers with plenty at stake tonight.
I think there's a lot of benefits to playing a really good team early. There's a lot of challenges to it as well.
There's absolute pride in our conference, but as far as this game, it's Wisconsin and Alabama.
The last 3 to 4 weeks, we've been just hitting each other. I know a lot of guys are ready for somebody else.
We have a strong chip on our shoulder to let everybody know that the Big Ten is a contender.
It's going to be a smash mouth game, and whoever get hit in the mouth first, that's going to see what type of team you are.
They beat Alabama, and pretty much the rest of the schedule, we should be able to handle everybody else. We should be able to have an undefeated season and not be in the playoff zone.
Kirk is calling the game, not going to pick it, but Chase can pick it. Who wins the game? Alabama, Wisconsin.
Bama by because of Derrick Henry.
Because of Derrick Henry. Alabama because of Derrick Henry.
And I think that Wisconsin's going to play a high-spirited game, but I think Alabama's going to be too strong for too long. I'm rolling with the Tide.
I think Alabama. I can't see them losing the first game. I just can't see it.
You know, I've wanted for all these years to finally get a live elephant out here for Alabama. You know what the elephant's name was?
What?
Duchess.
Really?
The old sister. You know how old he was?
How old?
45 years old, yeah. And you know how much it cost us?
How much?
$6,000.
So where is he?
Well, he stood me up.
Oh.
We had a $6,000 elephant, but he stood me up. I was going to pick Alabama.
Not anymore?
There it is. Oh, wait.
I'm not so sure now. Okay, Duchess, this is for you, wherever you are. Roll Tide!
The most off-donned headgear. Lee Corso didn't get Duchess, but he does get Big Al, at least the head. What a day. Enjoy your day of football, a full day across all of the platforms. We're going to start it right now. Stanford and Northwestern, Mike Patrick, Ed Cunningham, and the football doctor, Jerry Punch. Take it away, guys.